Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 2 of the beginner series. Today we are going to be really focused on our alignment or our posture for ballet. There is a very specific way your body needs to stack and the way you need to hold yourself. So there are many steps to getting the right alignment, but probably the biggest thing you need to do to keep correct alignment is engaging the core. And I know engaging the core means really different things to different people, so I hope to expand on that more today. But before we get into our bar and our other exercises, I want to start with a warm-up where we can activate our core muscles, and that way we can actually encourage our core muscles, or specifically today our ab muscles, to fire up when we're doing these exercises at the bar. So let's get started on the ground. All right, everybody, we are going to begin our warm-up with a simple plank on our elbows. So the level 1s will be in this plank for 35 seconds. The level 2s will be in this plank for 50 seconds. And as an extra bonus, you can stay here up to 1 minute if you can. Let's get ready. We are going to go up in 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Remember that you want to keep your hips leveled. You don't want to dip like this. You want it straight up, and you don't want to be down like this with your neck, nor do you want your neck arched up, just in a straight line. And then it's going to help if you think about pulling your belly button up to your spine. You can do it. Let's keep going. This is 30 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. For level 1s, you're done. And for the level 2s, keep hanging on. You can do it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level 2s, you're done. And if you're here for a solid minute with me, then keep going. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're done. All right, good job on the planks. Now we are going to move on to the next warm-up exercise. It is going to be leg lifts. So we're going to start on our backs. So you'll start laying down just like this, and we're just gonna simply lift our legs up and lower. And you can point your feet or you can flex. It doesn't really make a big difference. So the level 1s will be doing 10 leg lifts. The level 2s will be doing 16 leg lifts. Let's get started. Ready? And 1, down, and 2, down. Keep your abs in. 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Keep breathing. 9, and 10. Level 1s are done. Your level 2, keep going. 11, and 12. 13, you're so close. 14, 15, and 16. You're done. Good job. So now we are going to move on to trunk rotations. It is going to work our obliques or the sides of our abs. So let me quickly demonstrate what that looks like. You're going to be on your hands up like in a push-up position, and then you'll just lift your knee and try to touch it to the elbow. It doesn't really need to touch the elbow. The idea is to keep your abs in as you lift and lift. You'll be alternating legs. So level 1s, you'll be doing 10 of these trunk rotations. Level 2s, all the way up to 14. All right, let's get started. Let's start with our right leg. So right knee to right elbow. Again, doesn't need to touch, you just gotta lift that knee. Ready? And 1, down. Switch, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Keep going. 7, 8, 9, 10. Level 1s, you're done. Keep going. 11, 12, 13, and level 2s, you're done. Good job, everybody. You should feel pretty warm at this point, and now you're gonna have a much easier time engaging your abs. So before we get into our plies or any of our exercises at the bar today, let's talk a little bit about the correct alignment or posture that you should have while you are dancing. So let's just start standing in first position. So we're going to start from the top all the way to the bottom. So the first thing is to notice your chin. So a lot of us, especially if we drive, we tend to stand like this. But in ballet, you want to think about how you're being lifted. You obviously don't want to tuck like this, but you want to be in a more neutral position. So that's the chin. And the next thing is the shoulders. So in our normal day lives, it's pretty normal to see ourselves slumped over. So you can see that my shoulders are rounded forward. And in ballet, you want to think about pulling your shoulders back and down. You don't want to do this. This would be a little too much. You just want to pull it back slightly and pull your shoulders down. So again, chin in, shoulders back and down. And then our abs, the reason why I had you do all those arm exercises, it's much easier to engage your abs this way. So while you're standing in first position, your abs should be really tight. It's almost like you're doing a crunch, but just standing still. So you should feel your abs tighten and flatten. You don't want to just suck in, because a lot of people, when I tell them to pull in their abs, they do this, where they just suck their stomach in. And sometimes when you engage your abs, there is a slight pull in of your stomach, but sucking your stomach in is not really the same as engaging your abs. So I want you to think about flattening and hardening your abs. So if someone were to punch you, you would just harden your abs, right? So if they punch you, it would actually end up hurting them and not you. So that's the idea, is that you want to harden and flatten your abs so you feel some type of tightness right here. So moving down for our lower back, well, our spine is not perfectly straight. Most of us have a little curve in our lower back, and we want to preserve that curve. We don't want to accentuate it like this, but we also don't want to just flatten our spine, push our hips forward like that either. We want to be in the most neutral position possible. There's a lot to keep in mind, but let's just go over them again from the top all the way down to the lower back. So chin in a neutral position, shoulders back and down, abs engaged. Don't stick your butt out and don't push your butt forward either. Just keep the natural curve in your lower back. And now we're going to move on to our thighs. So even though I'm wearing a long skirt and it's hard to see, while I'm standing in first position, all I'm really doing is pushing my thighs together and up. So if I had a piece of paper right here, what I'm really imagining is trying to grab that piece of paper with my thighs and pulling that piece of paper up. So this should be a lot of work for most of us, because I know that most of us don't really have strong hamstrings or inner thighs. So I feel most of my tension kind of here. And lastly, in first position, you want your heels touching. And for most of us, we don't have perfectly flat turnout. Our feet aren't flat like this. It's more like a V. And you want to feel all your toes pressing against the ground and lifting you up. I know, a lot of things to go over, but one last time, okay? Chin in a neutral position, shoulders back and down, abs engaged and hardened. You should feel some type of tightening right here. It's tough work. And your lower back in a neutral position, and then you should feel your thighs pushing against one another, lifting up. Your heels are together and you're pressing against the ground with all of your toes on the floor. It should be really, really hard to hold this position. You can probably end up sweating if you just stay in this position for a minute or so. All right, okay, let it go, shake it out, it's okay. So standing in first position or standing in the correct posture in ballet is a lot of work. So whenever you're at the bar, you're not really just standing and just waiting for the music to start and then you can do your exercises. Really, even before I start the music, you should be in a great first or fifth position. All your muscles should be firing off. There is a lot of work and engagement that's happening in your body even before the exercise begins. And that's what I want you to be doing from now on. I pushed the posture thing back because I know it is very, very overwhelming at the beginning to think about what a tendu means or what a ronde means or how to do a fondu, and also think about your posture. But now that you're in the beginner series, you already have a really good grasp on the vocabulary, and now we need to focus on really engaging the right muscles and being on top of all the movement with amazing control. So to get you more acquainted with this type of posture or engagement in your body, let's just practice standing in the correct alignment and just holding it for 20 seconds. And it'll be a rough 20 seconds because I'm not looking at a timer, I'll just count it out for you. But let's get into the correct alignment again. So chin in a neutral position, shoulders back and down, abs engaged, lower back in a neutral position, your thighs pushing against themselves and also pulling up at the same time, You should feel all 5 toes on the ground, and you should also feel the heel, and you're pushing against the ground and getting taller and taller and taller. And we'll hold this with arms down for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Keep your abs in. 12, 10, 9, 8, shoulders back, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. And as you get more comfortable with this, it's going to be easier to just get into the correct posture and the correct position and engagement fast. Eventually, you'll just kind of get into it and your body will just remember how to do it correctly. So this is something that is really good for you to just consistently practice even outside of class. Just stand in first position, engage everything correctly, and just hold it. It will really help you with your posture when you're in class. So let's start with our plies, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to look very similar to all the other plies we really have ever done. And demi, and down, and up, and together, and demi, and down, and up. Squeeze the thighs together, and demi, all the way down, and press. Up, tendu, lower the heel, wait for the next part, and demi, and down, and up, and straighten, and demi, and down, and up, all the way up, and demi, grand plie, demi, and straighten. We'll tendu, close to first, slide to fifth, so demi, and down, and straighten, squeeze, and demi, all the way, straighten, all the way, and demi, and grand, and demi, and straighten, and tendu, and close, lower the arms. At the end of all of our plies, the combination is still not over. What I want you to do is, as you're standing here with both arms off the bar, you are thinking about getting yourself back into the ballet posture. So you'll stay here for as long as you need to fix your posture. And then if you feel like you have the correct posture, then I want you to raise your arm up to high fifth, and you'll balance here until the music is over. All right, we're getting ready to do demi-plies. We are engaging the correct muscles and we're in the correct ballet posture. So chin, shoulders, everything. You know the drill. Getting ready in first position. 7, 8. Slow demis. Up. Squeeze the thighs together as you come up. Demi. Come up. Do an ab check. Are you still engaging? Demi. All the way down. Press. Up. Tendu. Set the foot down. Stay in second. Demi. And up. Demi. Up. Follow the hand all the way down. Up. Tendu. Close in first. Slide in fifth. Re-engage the abs if you've lost them. Up. Demi. Press the ground. Up. Knee side. All the way down. Press. Up. Tendu. Let's close in first. Arm comes down. Let's practice what we learned. So chin, shoulder, abs in. And of course the legs are squeezing together. And we'll have our arms up in high fifth, but don't have your shoulders up with it. Stay, stay, stay. Keep engaging the abs and keep pulling up, getting taller. Open and down. Good job, everyone. All right, standing in first position, abs in. That's the most important part for today. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, up. Demi. And up. Use the hand. Don't tilt forward here. straight up and down. Tendu, set the foot down. Let's get ready for second position. Abs in, demi, up. Feel all toes on the ground. Again, feel all your toes on the ground. With the arms, don't tilt forward too much with the upper body. Close in first and slide it into fifth. And demi. Up. Demi. Up. Demi. All the way down. We'll tendu. Close first. Arm lowers. Let's do our alignment check here. Chin, shoulder, abs, lower back, feet and thighs. And whenever you feel like you have it, you can raise the arm and tie fifth, and we'll hold it here. Just because your arms are high doesn't mean anything in your posture changes. All right, we'll open and down. Great job. Right now we are going to move on to a first position tendus. This is going to be quite different than all the combinations we've been doing in the past, so please pay close attention to it. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and half, and full, and half, heel down, and drag it in, heel down for 2, then half, and full, and half, drag it back, then pull it back in, heel on the ground, half point, full point, half point, heel on the ground, and drag it in on qua, 2, half, and full, and half, heel down, and pull it in, and tendu, and close, and tendu, and close, and side, and close, and side, and close, to the back, and close, and back, and close, on qua, and close, side, and close. Stretch forward, 2, and 3, and 4, back, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, to the bar, 2, 3, 4, away from the bar, 7, and 8. Then we'll plie and we'll rise. Stay in first. Balance, balance, balance. Lower with straight legs and come down. Tendus, even though they look very, very simple, they're actually quite complex on how you initiate and end a tendu. So the beginning of this combination is to really showcase what a tendu would look like if you were to break it down very slowly. So we're starting with first position, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2. So what I'm doing is just dragging my foot on the ground. My weight is still on the left foot, right? There's really no weight on this moving foot, but I'm just dragging it on the ground, and then push your foot to half point, and then full point, and then come back to half point, and pull those toes back and have your heel on the ground, and then drag it back in to first position, to the side, push it out. You're almost in a second position, but except, again, your weight is on your standing leg and your heels are on the ground, so you're shifted towards the bar. And then half, which you're familiar with, full, half, drag it back in so that you can have a small second position, and then pull that leg in so that you come back to first. Same thing from the back. You have to leave your whole foot on the ground, and then you're going back in a small fourth position, and then this is half point, full point, half point, coming back to that small fourth position, dragging it in back to first. So fourth position is something that we really normally don't use in a beginner ballet class, but it is a position that is important to move through. So you're in first position and then you're moving through fourth position to do your tendus. So it's almost like a transitional position to be in before you get to the end result. So let me remind you what the combination is. You are doing 8 counts of 1 and 2 and half and full and half, heel down, drag it in. So that's front, side, back, side in the en croix pattern. And after you're done with the slow motion tendus, we're gonna do faster tendus, 2 each way, front and a close and a front and a close and a side and a close and a side and a close, back and a close and a back and a close, side, close, side, close. And then you'll bend forward for 4 counts, 2 and 3 and 4, all the way back, 6, 7 and 8, to the bar, 2, 3, 4, and then away from the bar, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll plie, then we'll rise and we'll balance. All right, let's get started. 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, half, full, half, fourth, drag it in, second, half, full, half, heels down, drag it in, fourth to the back, half, full, half, heel down, drag it in, move through second, half, full, half, heel down, drag it in, then bend, 2, 3, 4, reverse, 6, 7, 8, to the bar, 2, 3, 4, other way, 7, 8, let's plie up, balance in first, abs engaged, don't stick your chin out, shoulder down, you can do it, 6, 7, 8, let's lower. Good job, everyone. So I'm gonna go over a little bit more technique about how to do that slow tendu that we're doing. As you can see, I'm standing on this wood plank and there's a line where my heel is. So when I tendu, this toe is touching that imaginary line. To get to that imaginary line, what I have to do is start crossing my feet and then half toe and full toe and half toe, get to fourth and then uncross my feet. Same thing to the back. I have to really cross this leg behind me before I go into half and full. Tendu front and back, you have to cross your legs and then point your foot. To the back, cross your legs and then point your foot. If I don't cross my legs, right, and I just go straight forward, my tendu would end up kind of more to a corner than it should be. It should be directly in front of you. Same thing, if I don't cross my legs and I just go directly back and then I do my tendu, it's kind of out to the side. It's not directly back of you. A simple way to think about this is that you're really just crossing the upper thighs, right? It's a lot of work in your thighs because you're just trying to do this. Seemingly easy, but technically very tough. All right, let's move on to the next side now. Starting in your correct alignment for first position, please. Do what you need to and make the correct adjustments. 7, 8, cross to fourth, half, full, half, fourth, drag it back in, second, half, full, half, heels down, pull it in, cross, half, full, half, heels down, push it in, out, half, full, half, heels down, drag it in, and front, front, side, side, to the back, and two, and side. Let's stretch. 1, 2, up, to the back, up, to the bar, away. Let's plie up. You're already there. Stabilize your ankles. Don't stick your chin out. Shoulders down. Good. And we'll lower. Good job, everyone. So now we are going to do our tendus and jetés or dégagés in fifth position. As you can see, I'm demonstrating my left side. You can, of course, practice this on the right side if you're a little bit worried about starting it with the right side, but do what you want to do. It's going to be okay. Ready? 5, 6, and 7, 8. Tendu and close and ten tendu, close, and jete, close, jete, close, fifth, and tendu, close, front, and tendu, close, back, and jete, close, and jete, close, to the back, and close, on the ground, and close, then off the ground, and off the ground, plie, 4, 2, su, and stay, open, plie, straighten, to the back, and tendu, close, and tendu, close, jete, off the ground, and tendu, don't change, tendu, then change, and off, and jete, to the front, tendu, and a close, and a tendu, and a close, jete, close, and jete, close, plie, 4, 2, scoop it up, and stay, open, plie, straighten, then we'll end the combination there. Before we get started, I want to talk really quickly about the su. So there are many ways to get into the su or the rise in fifth position. So you can always start in fifth and rise and then cross that front foot. That's a very, very basic way to do it. But the way I want you to do it for this combination is that you'll plie, and it's almost like a scooping motion. Instead of just your front leg coming in, I want both legs to just scoop in and meet each other in fifth. So let me do that again. We'll plie. Both legs are scooping in and meeting each other in the middle. They're equally moving towards the middle, okay? And up. So practice that. Plie and up. It's a very slight movement, and it may look like a jump, but you're not really jumping onto it. Plie and up. And that's how we'll do that. And then to get out of the su, we're just gonna open that front leg and then plie. All right, let's get started. 2 tendus and 2 jetés, front side back, plie su. Then back side front, plie su. Let's get started. 7 and 8. Tendu, close, off the ground, brush, and tendu, don't change, tendu, then change, brush, point the foot, even when it's behind you, brush, plie, and su, and open that front foot, plie, reverse, brush, to the side, close back, close front, off the ground, on the ground, tendu, you're almost there, jete, and jete, plie, 2, scoop it up, balance, let's open, and let's plie, arms off the ground, off the bar. Good job, everyone. So before we move on to the left side, let's remember that you're really trying to brush the ground, brush on the jete, so it should be really sharp and stay, and sharp and stay. This mic is not the best, but you should be able to hear it through this. Do you hear that? So there's really pressure. That way you're helping your foot develop the strength, and that's gonna really help you out with jumps in the future. So remember, brush the ground for the jete, okay? All right, fifth position, left leg in front, our tendus and our jetés. 7 and 8. Tendu, close fifth. Tendu, close fifth. Off the ground. And brush. Tendu, don't change. Tendu, then change. Brush, close, to the back. Stay straight. Here, no movement in the upper body, even though it's behind you. Plie, 4, 2, su or scoop. Open that front leg. Plie, to the back. Don't tilt forward here. Keep brushing. Tendu, don't change. Tendu, then change. To the front. Brush. Brush. Plie. 2. Scoop. Open. Plie. Straighten. Good job, everyone. So now we'll move on to our Ronde jambes and we'll be adding in some fondus. So let's begin in 5th position, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Arms stay side as you fondu. 2 and 3, 4 and fondu. To the back and point, touch the ground and close. Fondu. To the back. Fondu. To the side. Fondu. To the front. Point, close, 5th. 3 slow Ronde jambes. Front and back and front and back. Last one, front. Stay back, close 5th. Squeeze the legs, pull the abs up. It's your time to do that. And then reversing, back, front and back, front and back, front and close. Engage your abs, then stretch, and 2 and 3 and 4, all the way down, and 6, 7 and 8, again to the bar, but then roll back, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Let's go up to passe and balance right here. Remember, when you balance on one leg, your weight has to be on the ball of the foot, otherwise you won't be able to actually balance. And then we'll come down, open the arms, close. Let's get started, everyone. Remember to keep engaging the abs still. It's really gonna help. 7 and 8. Fondu, front, fondu, side, ankle back, point, close 5th. Fondu, side, fondu, front, on the ground, close 5th. Front, back, front, Ronde jambe back, front, Ronde jambe back, close, abs up, back, back, and back, front, close, abs up again, to the bar. All the way down. 7 and 8. To the bar. Roll back. Arms out. Balance on passe. Shoulders back and open. Get tall, weight on the ball of the standing leg. Abs in, and we'll lower. And that's it. Great job, everyone. So I'm going to quickly talk about that passe position that you're balancing at the end. If there is a square on my knee, I want my toe to be in that middle of that square. Just like that. I don't want it overcrossed, I don't want it undercrossed, I don't want it too low, I also don't want it too high. Just right in the middle. So let's think about that as we go on to the next side. 6, 7, 8. Fondu, straighten. Fondu, 45 degrees. Fondu, it doesn't have to be high. Point, reverse. Fondu, straighten. Fondu, straight. Fondu, front, point, close, 5th. Front, Ronde jambe. Front, Ronde jambe. Front, all the way back, close 5th. Squeeze your legs and abs. Back, 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 close, 5th. We're stretching now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around. 6, 7, and 8. Passe. Find the perfect height and position for your toes. Pull your abs in, down, open, close. Now we'll move on to our frappes. Let's start in 5th position, 5 and 6, 7, flex on 8. Definitely get here by 8 before the combination officially starts. And strike, and flex, and strike, and flex, and strike the ground. Hold it, knee side, and strike to the front of the ankle, and strike to the back of the ankle. Faster. Hold in the back, too slow. Hold and strike, hold and strike, and strike. Hold, hold. Side, hold in the back, side to the front, and faster here. Hold, hold, let go of the bar. If you can balance here, longer hold, point, 5th. 6, 7, flex on 8. Strike, in, and strike. Strike, hold, knee, side. Strike, ankle, front. Strike to the back of the ankle. Strike, and strike. Hold in the back. Strike, and strike. Faster. Strike, strike. Hold. Strike, stay back. Strike, switch, strike, strike. Hold that point. This is a long hold. If you have your abs in and up, it's gonna help. And point, close, arms down. I mentioned it was a long balance, but you probably didn't expect it to be that long. I didn't want to really tell you about it because I was worried you might give up in the middle, but hopefully you tried your best and stayed balanced for as long as you possibly can. So before moving on to the left side, let's talk a little bit about the frappes. So the knee side part of it is just as important as the strike. What usually happens is that the first preparation with the knee side is really great. And then you frappe, but then when you come back, it's almost like a lazy knee where you're not really focused on pushing it side anymore, like that. This position is not really comfortable, but if we try our best to maintain this position, this is really going to help us to improve our turnout. So let's make sure that after we strike, we come back, the knee stays side and it doesn't slowly travel front because we're getting tired, okay? All right, let's continue. 7, knee side, strike, flex, strike, and faster, here, knee side, strike, stay front, strike, then ankle back, strike, strike, stay back, and back, knee side. This is much harder. Strike, strike, flex, strike, back, strike, ankle front, strike, strike, hold. Make sure your chin's not sticking out. I usually have that tendency. Really point that foot. You can do it. Point, close, arms down. Good job. All right, now we are going to be doing our developpes. We are going to go back to the 8 count or slow developpes that we have done a lot in the Absolute Beginner series, but I'm going to add in one more challenge on top of it. We're going to be balancing a little bit and letting go of the bar in the middle. Let's just begin. 5, 6, 7, and 8, and coupe, and passe, and hold, and attitude, extend, point, close, and coupe, passe, let go of the bar, and attitude, extend, point, close, and coupe, and passe, and hold, extend with arms, and point, and close. This is on quoi, and passe, let go of the bar, grab, attitude, extend, point, close, and then arms down after that. So it's just one slow developpe en croix with the arms, and when we're balancing the passe, and when we extend, we grab onto the bar to extend. All right, let's get started. Seven, open the arms, arms down, passe, let go, light touch, extend, point, coupe, extend, point, close, coupe, passe, last time. You can do it. Great job. That was a really tough one. I want you to keep in mind that, again, height is really not the goal right here. We want really light touches on the bar. So when we're in passe and we hold, and you have a chance to grab the bar again, I want you to grab it with almost no weight put onto it. You're just resting your hand there. And the second thing I want to talk to you about is the bar arm. So especially when you go back, right? And you have to lean just a little forward to have that leg behind you. I'm letting it tilt forward just a little, just enough to get my leg behind me. Because my body is tilting forward, if I had one hand to the bar and I was doing what I just did, I have to tilt forward and I have to move this hand forward. But if you're gripping the bar really hard, there's no way you can just glide your hand on the bar when you need to. If you're not already overwhelmed, I hope you can keep that in mind as you do your left side. 7, 8. 1, 2, balance, extend, point, open. 1, 2, 3, 4, open, point, close, arms to first, balance, the ball of your foot, keep your abs engaged. 1, 2, knee side. Remember, it's slightly in front of you. All right, everyone, we are going to do our grand battements. We are going to follow just a simple pattern of 2 grand battements en croix. So with arms, 5, 6, 7, arms high and up, point, close, and up, point, close to the side, point, close, and side, point, close to the back, point, close, again, back, point, close, side, point, close, and side, point, close, plie, sous, arms high, balance in fifth. Unfortunately, my video decided to cut off right here. I was just saying that you should balance while looking past your right elbow, and then we'll come down and plie. All right, grand battement, let's get started, everyone. Fifth position, let's get ready. Remember engaging the abs, even if you're tired. Up, point, close. Up, point, close. To the side. Up, point, close. Up, point, close. Arm down, up. Close, hold. Up, point, close, switch. Arms, side, close back, side, front, plie, sous, balance, let's open, plie, down. Good job, everyone. So I'll give you all a tip on how to get your legs higher in grand battements. It doesn't really have to do with the lifting motion. If anything, the motion you should be really focused on is the brush against the ground, right? So let me demonstrate to the side. If I were to brush against the ground, my foot is doing so much work and it's pushing so hard into the ground that it's actually what's getting my leg pretty high. So I don't want you to think about lifting your leg high. I want you to think about pushing really hard and brushing against the ground. It has a very similar feeling to how you brush in a Jete, but there's a lot more force behind it because it's a grand battement, it's a big beating movement. All right, let's get started. Brush, 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 back, close, fifth, back, close, fifth, to the side, close, back, side, close, front, plie, sous, balance, and we'll open, plie, and you're done. So now we are going to move on to our pirouette preparation. We are going to build off of what we have been working on the last combination. This combination is almost exactly the same, with the exception that we will be relevating to passe. So let's start with fifth position, right foot back, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and tendu, and hold, plie front, and hold, and coupe front, and hold, sous back, plie, again, tendu, and hold, to the front, and hold, plie, push, and hold, sous, plie, now to passe, and hold, and plie, and hold, push all the way up, stay in passe, hold, and sous, plie, this is the fourth one, and hold, plie, and hold, to passe, and hold. So instead of sousing back, we're just gonna actually just go straight down, and then we'll plie, and then we'll do left foot, I'll scoot over a little, and then we'll do left foot, tendu, and hold, and plie, and hold, and coupe, and hold, sous back, plie, same thing, tendu, and hold, and plie, and hold, and coupe, and hold, and sous, plie, and hold, to passe, hold, and plie, hold, push, up, and hold, to the back, plie, and tendu, and hold, plie, and hold, passe front, and hold, last one stays front, and then we'll come down from there. So we are doing tendu, hold, plie, hold, push up, hold, sous, and plie. Again, tendu, hold, plie, hold, up and hold, back. So we're doing 2 coupe versions of that, 2 passe versions of that. The last passe, instead of going back, it actually just goes straight down so that you can do the same thing on the other leg. I'll call it out. Let's get started. All right, let's do our pirouette practices with right leg back. 7, 8. Tendu, hold, plie, hold, push, hold, su, su, plie. Push, su, su, plie. We're going to passe. Up, su, su, back, plie, plie, and get ready to push, stay front, switching legs. I'm going to scoot over just a little. Tendu, hold, plie, left foot front, su, su, plie, tendu, plie, coupe, su, su, plie. Now to passe, plie, passe front, su, su back, plie. Last time, plie, up. Let's do su front. And then you're done. Good job, everyone. But let's move on to jumps. And of course, these are always optional, so you can feel free to skip them if you don't feel comfortable. So last week we were doing sautés in first position. And a sauté is a jump from 2 feet, landing on 2 feet, right? And we are going to continue with that theme of 2 feet landing on 2 feet, but we will be doing these jumps in different positions. Last week, first position, but this week we are going to do first position, second position, and fifth position, just like the positions we use for our pliés. So you already know sautés in first, plie, push, and roll through, right? Same thing in second position, plie, push, roll through. Fifth position, plie, su-su in the air, roll through. Really similar concept all the way around. So let's get into the combination. So we are going to start with 5, 6, 7, plie, and up, roll through, and up, roll through, and up, roll through, tendu, plie. 1. This is 2 jumps. This is 3 jumps. Tendu, plie with right leg in front in fifth position, and up, roll through, up, roll through. Third jump, tendu, and this closes back. And when you close back, you're in plie. And same idea, 3 jumps, but with your left foot in front. Up, and up, and up. Tendu, close first. What we're really doing is 3 jumps in first position, tendu, and then doing it second position, 3 jumps, tendu, doing it fifth position, 3 jumps, tendu, fifth position, other foot front. So pretty straightforward. It's going to be a little bit tough for me to call this out while I'm jumping, but I'm going to try my best. Let's get started with the combination. 6, 7, plie. Down, up, down, down, tendu, plie. Up, down, up, roll through, tendu, plie, fifth. Up, down, up, down, up, down, tendu, back, down, up, down, tendu, close. Good job, everyone. So before we move on, I just want to tell you that when you jump from fifth position and you land in the same fifth position, this is called a supersaut. A supersaut translates to a quick spring. That's not very helpful because there are a lot of quick jumps in ballet, but they're not all called supersauts. So I want you to just remember for now that if you start with right foot front in fifth position and you jump, and you land in the same right foot front fifth, that's a supersaut. But if you were to jump and switch feet, it's no longer a supersaut. All right, now doing this to the left side. 7, plie, 8. Jump, plie, up, plie, up, plie, tendu, plie, up, up, roll through, up, soft landing, tendu, plie, super so, up, tendu, close, back, up, 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 tendu, and close. You're done. Hi everyone, welcome to center. That was a really tough bar that I gave today, so I'm really proud of you for making it through. For today's center, we are going to build off of the combinations we've been using the last lesson. Let's get started with our tendus using the corners or angles in the center. We'll start in first position facing corner number 1 with our whole entire body. 5, 6, 7, open, 8, and tendu, close, and tendu, close, and tendu, close. Tendu, switch corners. Corner number 2, now tendu side, close, tendu side, close, tendu side, close, tendu side, switch corners. So now I'm facing angle number 3, and back, and close, and back, and close. This is the third tendu. The fourth one switches. Side and close, side and close, side and close. This is the fourth one. Allongé arms. And then you come back down. You end here, facing the front or angle number 2. Let's talk a little bit about the legs. If I wasn't moving around, what I really am doing is 4 tendus to the front, 4 tendus to the side, and then 4 tendus to the back, 4 tendus to the side. That's the en croix pattern that we are already familiar with. The tricky part about this combination is that you have to switch angles, and to switch angles in a very smooth way without the whole like hopping or sudden movement. When you are tenduing front, the weight should be on that standing leg and the ball of the foot, right? And then when you close, what's going on is that because you have your weight on the ball of your foot, you can easily just rotate this leg. So I'm doing kind of like this motion. You can try this out for fun if you're just curious. It's much easier to rotate your body when your weight is on the ball of the foot. All right, let's get started now. Tendus en croix, starting in your correct and perfect alignment in first position. 6, 7, 8. Close, tendu, close, tendu, close, tendu, switch corners, tendu side, close, side, close, side, close, last side, to the back. You can do it. Switch corners to the side. Arms down. Good job. Before we do the next side, let's talk a little bit about something that I think a lot of folks are finding tricky. It's probably the tendu backs, right? Because you're probably falling forward a little bit as you do this. This is where the engagement of the abs is actually quite helpful, because if you're closed in and you're pulling up through your core, when you tendu back, there's not that much of a shift forward. But if you're not holding anything here, when your leg goes behind you, you will just tilt forward naturally. So there is a little bit of a weight transition, right? Because you're on 2 feet and then you're on 1 foot. So you'll transfer a bit of weight onto the ball of this foot. So if anything, there's a transition kind of sideways, but there is no really big transition forward like this. So the big reason why we really like focusing on strength and alignment and technique, all of that, is that so when you're in the center, you feel like you're actually in control of what you're doing. So if you feel like you're unsteady or not balanced in the center, it's totally okay. It's very normal when you begin ballet to feel that way. But that's why we're working so hard to find our alignment and find our technique, so that when we're in the center, we don't have to feel unstable and afraid to do things, right? Because we're in control of everything. All right, let's move on to the left side now. We are going to start facing corner number 3. Same thing. 6, 7, 8. Front, close, front, close, front, close. Last one. Face front, side, close, side, close, side, close, side. To the back. Tendu, close, tendu, face front, side, side, close, allonge, arms down. Now we are going to be moving on to pirouette practice, but in the center, we will be reusing the combination that we have been using at the bar for pirouettes. There's going to be some slight changes, of course, and let's just get started. So, right leg in the back, fifth position, 5, 6, 7, hold here on 8, and tendu, and hold, and plie, and hold, and up, and hold, to the back, in fifth, tendu, side, and hold, and plie, and hold, and push, and hold, to the back, hold it in fifth. This is third one we're doing, and plie, and hold, and up, and hold, to the back, squeeze it in, and fourth one, and hold, and plie, and hold, to passe, and hold, to the back, open, arms down. So the legs probably feel a little bit familiar. The only difference is that there are really no rises in the air, right? We're not there yet, but we will get there. The biggest challenge probably is that we are now adding in arms. So let's go over the arms. Starting in first position arms, and then when we tendu side, we open to second position arms. This is something we're familiar with because we use this quite often at the bar. And when we close, this is a new position for a lot of us. There's really no consensus on this type of arm position name because I've seen multiple people call it multiple things, but if you look at it, it's actually just the third position, right? So this is third position, but we're extending it. And it's not like what we do at the bar when our leg's behind us and then it's in front of our nose. It's actually just right in front of the shoulder. So we don't want it high, we want it just right here as we plie. And then when we come up with the leg in passe, we just come up in first position. And this is the position that you will be turning in. So you have to make sure your arms are really nice and strong in this position, that your elbows are not dropped, okay? So first position, second position, allonge, third position, coming back to first. All right, let's get started. 6, let's hold this, 7 and 8. Tendu side, hold, plie fifth, hold, up to passe, hold, to the back, tendu, plie fifth, passe, to the back, 1, 2, plie, up, straighten that leg, tendu, plie, up, to the back, and we'll end it there. Let's talk a little bit about the combination that we just did. Some of you probably had a really hard time balancing in that passe, and I want to give 2 quick corrections. So the biggest thing that I usually see in this type of combination is that you tendu side, everything's good, right? And then you plie, your core is not engaged. When you push, you do this. Your upper body goes back because there's nothing holding your upper body together and in. So we have to remember that when we tendu side, when we plie, you should feel like you are doing a crunch, essentially, in this plie. You are so pulled up so that there's no wiggling of the body when this foot goes into passe. And the second thing I want to talk about is you have to be on the ball of your foot. When you are here, if there's any weight on your heel, you will not be able to balance at all. The goal is actually to be able to do this, right? My heel's not on the ground at that point. I'm in an elevate. So even though you're doing this, I want you to think about almost lifting your heel. Your heel won't lift off the ground, but I want you to think about how you're so light that I can just slide a piece of paper under your heel and it's just floating off the ground. And it's so tiny and micro that no one can actually see your heel rising. It's not doing this, but there is no weight on it and it should feel like you're floating on it. So I want you to think about that as we go on to our next side. So a lot of things to focus on. Take it one step at a time. Focus on the core first, and the second thing I would move on to is focusing on the ball and the weight transfer. Let's move on, everyone. 6, 7, and 8. Tendu, hold, plie, hold, up, hold, to the back. Tendu, left leg, left hand in front, passe, to the back. Keep going, tendu. You can do it. Abs in, core tight, getting taller and taller. Tendu, plie, up, close, arms down. Good job, everyone. Now we are moving on to balances. Last week we were working on just the arms and just the legs separately, and we did a little tiny bit of practice with arms and legs. Let's review quickly the arms. 5, 6, 7, 8, and down, and open, and down, and open, down, and open, down, and open. Legs going to the right, right, back, forward, left, back, forward, right, back, forward, last one, left, back, forward. So you might be thinking, how am I gonna put these two together? I feel like I'm doing this, and it will feel like you're kind of doing something really strange, but eventually it will become second nature and you won't even really think about the coordination. But for now, do not be shocked if you're having a really, really hard time combining the two. It is very, very normal at first. So let's actually start with a tendu to the right. So we are going to balance it right, back, forward, okay? So there's no music. I just want you to do it with me and I'll call it out. And right, back, forward, left, back, forward. Follow my arms. Right, back, forward, left, back, forward. Keep going. Back, forward, left, back, forward, right foot, back, forward, left foot, back, forward. You might have remembered that at one point, the way I counted balance was down, back, forward, and down, back, forward. The down is happening with the legs because you're plieing, but the down is also happening with the arms. Down and open. Arms down, then open. Down and open. And arms down and open, right? Let's do the arms and the legs together without music. We're gonna do 16 of them in formal practice. Don't worry too much about it. And I'll count it out very slowly. Tendu, and then we'll go to the right, back, forward, okay? 5, 6, left arm will go down and down, back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward. This is the fourth one. Back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward. That's 8. Down, back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward. Keep going, back, forward. I've lost count, but that's okay. Down, back, forward, down, back, forward. So I hope that felt a little bit more comfortable. Let's do this again, and I'll play music so that we can keep the same steady tempo. It's really tough to find music that will allow you to do it that slowly, so that's why I counted at first. But now that we're practicing with music, it will be a little bit faster. Don't get discouraged by that. If you kind of lost the coordination and I'm going right and you're going left, just keep going. It is totally okay. And if you just want to give up on the arms, just do the legs. If you just want to forget about legs, just do the arms. It's okay to just take a step back because there's a lot happening. This was such a hard class today that I planned. Really am pushing you guys a lot. So if at this point you're running a little low and you are just feeling kind of overwhelmed, it's okay. Just pull it back to the basics that you know. You know the arms, you know the legs. Putting it together is tough, but it's okay. At least you know them separately. So enough ranting, let's just get started with this Ballet practice, arms and legs with music. So let's start with Tendu side. And we're gonna balance on this leg. Down, back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, forward. Arms down, arms open, down and open. Right, back, forward, left leg, back, forward. Keep going. It's okay if you're lost. Keep going. Last one. Let's end it right there. We are going to be doing our Chaine turn practices. I have my Marley mat on the ground because I do have quite a slippery floor. This is definitely an overkill for Chaine turns. Don't worry about it if you don't have it. This is just something I have because I just do a lot of ballet, so I'm gonna use it. All right, everybody. Same Chaine turns that we've been doing since the Absolute Beginner series, but we're using arms this time. So last time we were doing 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Tendu, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Tendu, wait. We're going to be doing the same legs, but except we are going to be adding in the arms. Since we're a beginner course, we're really slowly layering the complexity with every single ballet movement. We're gonna start out with third position arms. The way to remember that this is third position is that this is first and this is second, and third is a combination of first and second. So I'm gonna demonstrate this combination on flat, but we're going to be doing this in elevate. I'm doing this on flat for the demonstration because I need to do it really, really slowly because I wanna talk about the arms. 5, 6, 7, 8. Arms together. 2, 3, 4. Arms opens, palms are facing down. 5, 6, 7. In third position, the left arm is rounded. Arms together. 2, 3, 4. Arms open. Tendu. Hold. Other side again. Together. 2. Turning, turning. Arm opens, arms in fifth, arms together, 2, 3, 4, arms opens, Tendu, and hold. And that's the end of the combination. So really what we're doing is just Tendu together, 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 open to stop your turn, and then you're doing the other side. Together, 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 together. Then we're opening, preparing for the other side. So pretty straightforward. Let's just give it a go. And again, this is on elevate, so it'll look like 2, 3, 4, open, Tendu. 1, 2, 3, 4, open, switch. All right, let's get started. Arms in third. 1, 2, 3, 4, open. Arms in third, together. 2, 3, 4, arms open. Arms in third. Open, in third. Open, in third. That's it. To be really, really transparent with you all, Chaine turns can actually be quite complicated because there are a lot of leg things to think about, but I'm not really explaining that to you right now at this moment because again, I really don't want you to be thinking about technique for the turns. Right now, I really want you to get the coordination with the arms and the legs together, okay? Let's start on the left side now. Let's get started. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, open. Arms in third. 2, 3, 4, arms open. Prep in third. Arms open. Around the left hand or arm. Good job, everyone. Congratulations on finishing class. There is no reverence for this lesson because I have a feeling that it's probably going to be a lengthy one already. Don't worry, we'll do the reverence in the next lesson that I see you. Until then, thank you so much. Bye, everyone.